Well, of course, I mean, this summit, as European summits in the last, year or so, possibly a bit more, Bell, have been dominated by Brexit. We are going to see Theresa May arrive this afternoon. Brexit is the first real issue on the agenda, but we're not expecting any real fundamental decision today, not least of all because the Commission and the Council have complained that the letter they received from the British Prime Minister yesterday came way too late for them to make a decision. But ultimately, politically, they are waiting for this third meaningful vote in Westminster. We think is likely to happen at the start of next week. Now, clearly, if that deal passes, EU leaders will have no problem in providing a short extension to the British in order to get the legislation through Westminster. That would be most likely, though, up until the middle of May. May 22nd would become almost the new Brexit date ahead of EU elections rather than June 30th. I think the problem, of course, comes if May's deal gets voted down. Given her performance last night with that address to the nation and the response of MPs since, it seems that the chances of her deal not getting through Westminster has substantially increased. She seemed to have shot herself in the foot. And in those circumstances, what does Europe do? We know that people like Donald Tusk, the Irish and the Germans to a degree, would probably like a long extension, possibly to the end of the year, as long as there was a change from the British, a fundamental political shift, whether that was the promise of a general election, potentially a customs union or an EEA-style deal, or indeed a second referendum. But that is not to assume that everyone is on board. Of course, the French have not been particularly happy with this process thus far, and there are many other EU countries that essentially want to see Brexit go away. They want to see an orderly Brexit. They want to see the UK leave with a deal. But what they do not want, Bell, is yet more EU Council summits, yet more months of EU negotiations and time taken up by this vexed issue of Brexit. They think it is uncertain, it is difficult, it is divisive for the EU, and they want the process to be settled as soon as possible. So it is not guaranteed that next Thursday, when we're almost likely to see another EU Emergency Council summit, where they will actually make the decision on an extension, it is not entirely certain that there will be a prolonged extension, though my best bet is that probably in the end they will cave in, as I say, because ultimately no one here in Brussels wants to see a no-deal Brexit. No one wants to see the UK crash out.